Excavation Profits Podcast by Excavation Marketing Pros. Interviews with successful excavation and septic business owners, revealing how they market and grow their business in today's economy. Hear directly from the most successful leaders in your business and discover what they're doing to keep their phone ringing, equipment running, and businesses booming. Now your host, Scott Andreessen.
All righty. Hello, guys. Hope you're well. We're getting started here right now for how to win with Google local service ads for excavation and septic contractors. And let's see, we are live on Facebook. I see people starting to come in here. Very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my screen share, get the ball rolling here. So we're going to go ahead and get started here right on time with how to win with Google local services for excavation and septic contractors. And I'm your host, Scott Andreessen. And so let's go ahead and dive right in. So this is part of our accelerated growth model at Excavation Marketing Pros, which is basically driving leads, maximizing conversions, and optimizing results. And so by driving leads, we mean using organic search engine optimization for excavation and septic services, paid search methods, using your own assets like your customer database to bring in leads and customers, and then maximizing conversions from those leads. And that can be through your own website, using the reputation you have online for your business, and then using automation. And to optimize your results. And by results, we mean specifically return on investment, your cost per lead, and then your total spend as well, that you're generating a return on investment. And so with the organic methods, what are we talking about here? We have in our accelerated growth roadmap for excavation and septic contractors 9 clear steps to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. And so if we look at the first column, driving leads, organic methods would be free methods to generate leads for your business. And so you can do that using your website by positioning it for viable service-related keywords that you do, like land clearing, excavation, septic installation, and so on. And you can take advantage of directories. We're going to be doing another workshop on actual directories, and this would include things like Yelp, Super Pages, Alexa, Siri, Google Assistant. Voice search is extremely popular. How can you leverage all those free resources to bring in leads? And so anything non-paid. And then this particular segment that we're going to be working on right now is a paid method using Google local services, which we're going to get into in just a moment. And so database, that's going to be another one, using your existing client list, using your website, your online reputation, and so on. So let's keep going. And if you've been following along with us, then you're familiar with some of our trainings, and we thank you for joining us. But we've been going through everything that you see here, from SEO, pay-per-click, retargeting, online directories, using your existing customers for repeat and referral business, pay-per-lead, social media marketing to bring in customers, and then use of referral programs for excavation and septic contractors. And so if you guys are serious about getting results here, I really want to get your attention. So turn off your cell phones, turn off, Facebook notifications, unless you happen to be watching us on Facebook. And if you're serious about getting results for your excavation or septic business, then the next 60 to 90 minutes are going to be critical for you. And so here's the agenda of what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about what Google Local Services is, where it's active, how it works, how you can jump on board if you have not already, and what it takes to rank in the top 3 results. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Also, you're going to learn how to take advantage of high quality leads at a low cost per lead and maximize your return on investment to truly win with local service ads. So for those of you who stay till the end of the workshop, you are going to get something extra special. You're going to get our ultimate excavation and septic website conversion machine right there, which is our guide. And then also we're going to give you the top search keywords for excavation and septic. They are included in that as well. So I'll share with you how to get that for all you who stay to the end. All right, so let's get started. Who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I'm 14 years, I have 14 years experience in digital marketing, working with construction contractors, and 25 years experience in professional sales. We exclusively serve excavation and septic contractors. And we've successfully launched hundreds of websites and marketing campaigns in this time. And that book, by the way, contact me if you want to get a free digital copy of that. We are giving those out as well. So in this time, we've learned what works and what doesn't. And so on the left, you see a dashboard showing the results of leads coming in from various channels. And, you know, if it doesn't work, basically it feels like you're burning your money. All right. So we know what that feels like and don't want that to happen to any of you. And in this workshop, you'll learn the same strategies that our excavation and septic business owners are using to generate hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars worth of sales bids and jobs for their businesses. And here's an example of some results: 149 leads, $391,000 of sales bids in their pipeline right here. Here's another one, 467 leads, $433,000 worth of sales bids in their pipeline, and 135 leads with $1.16 million worth of sales bids in their pipeline. So this stuff really works, guys, and I'm going to share with you how this is set up. And while I cannot guarantee you the same results as them, I can promise you the same blueprint they use through this training here today. And if you execute on these strategies that you learned today and through previous months, you should definitely see an increase in the quantity and quality of leads that you get online. So I want to ask you guys a question. What's the hardest part about marketing your excavation or septic business online? Go ahead and type into chat. Ray says getting leads. Yep. Susan says converting the leads into sales. Yep. Absolutely. Okay, so I get it. You know, getting people to raise their hand can be difficult to do. And so let's go ahead and talk about one way you can do that with Google Local Services for excavation and septic. And by the way, here's a case study of a septic contractor, Dyer Inc. And they started with us. They had just 3 reviews. Unfortunately, they were all 1 star with their business. And that was not a good representation because they do a very good job. But this is what it looked like online. It was very hard for them to get work. The business had slowed, no growth, mostly referral work. They had a website, but it didn't convert many leads. And they had no tracking in place. So the leads that did come in, they didn't know where they came from. And they had no rankings for their top septic services in the areas that they serve. In other words, people weren't finding them online. And if by chance they did find them, this is what they saw. Just, 3 reviews and 1 star. And they had a poor reputation, which distorted the perception of what it was like actually working with them. And so their game plan was to fix their presence on Google. And they revamped their branding and message to their target customer. They redesigned their website and built it to convert leads. And they focused on optimizing their website around their top money-making services and cut out the other stuff that was either not profitable or took too long to do, all that custom type stuff. And they focused on improving their online reputation using the latest tools and strategies, some of which I'm going to show you with Google Local Services here today. Also by email, SMS, and QR codes. And so the result, as you can see today, has been quite an impact. Now they have a very organized sales process with leads flowing into their pipeline, as you can see on the left. And on the right, they have drastically improved their online reputation to the point where they've got hundreds of leads coming in each month. As of just the other day, yesterday, they booked solid through the slow season. They were already booked solid, and they've earned the best reputation online in their service areas. Less stress and headaches, and they've developed online systems and processes to make their business more desirable to investors looking to buy their business. Some of you might be in that situation as well. And you can do it too. There's a picture of them right there. And so a question, what would that mean for your business, guys? I'm seeing some chats. Eric says that would be a great help. Cindy says, well, I would love it. Stan says that's good. Awesome. All right. So how do you own the internet in your area? By the way, if we're going to get into that, if any of you are interested, for free, we do an online marketing plan review, a full analysis of your business. It is a $250 value that for a limited time we're giving at no additional cost. And you get some reports like you see on the left, an analysis of your online visibility, custom keyword list of most important search terms in your service area for your business, a ranking report showing where you currently rank for those terms, an analysis of online directory listings and consistency, an analysis of your online reviews and reputation, and an analysis of your social presence, and an analysis of your website conversion effectiveness. So if you're interested in that, you can go to excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule and schedule a one-on-one accelerator call with me and get information like that on the call. All right, so let's talk about Google Local Services for excavation and septic contractors. What is it? So if you look at this screenshot, we have someone who typed in excavation companies near me, and it's showing some ads up top. What you will notice is a little different is Google guarantees these businesses. They give them a trust seal, which is a little different than someone finding a cold web link. People still have that feeling that if they are searching in for a particular service and they see a business up top, that business has authority and credibility. It's kind of an implied thing that's been around for the past couple decades, right? Since Google took off. And so these businesses right here on top that you see are Google guaranteed, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But the next thing you'll notice is that Google makes it extremely easy for people that search these businesses and their services by giving them an option here to message and call with the click of a button. So it's a little different than someone typing in, excavation contractors near me or other services that you offer. And then they got to, click through to a website. Then they got to find your phone number. Then they got to, pick up their phone and dial it and all that. Google has basically said, we don't care about websites. We don't care about any of that. We're going to guarantee your services and then let people contact you by texting or calling right from the page. So that is what Google Local Services looks like. Now let's take a look at how it corresponds to people searching for excavation and septic services. So you can see here, this is Google's own data, and this is a tool that they offer that's pretty cool. It's called the Keyword Planner, and it shares with us exactly how people are looking for excavation and septic services. And we can see some of the ways they search. Excavation companies near me, land clearing contractors, grading contractors, and so on. And we can see trends. And one of the most popular ways people look for excavation is, according to Google, excavation companies near me. That one phrase alone gets searched over 33,100 times per month. And that's huge. So you can take advantage of this by showing up at the exact moment those people search for that phrase, as well as other phrases for your services. There's hundreds of them. And so that's the benefit, is you can use this type of information to position yourself up top with that Google guaranteed badge, so you have that extra credibility. Okay? And so let's take a look at where these are. So you see right up top there, that top blue arrow is local services. They show up at the absolute top. And then below that, you have something entirely different. Those are text ads, completely different product from Google, still a value because they show up right below the local service ads. Then right below that, you have the 3-pack maps listings. And it's free to be there. However, you can run ads to that section as well. So there's a value to that. But there you go. There's local services. And then if we keep going, there's more. All right. So those are the 3 main sections. And then if we scroll down past that, we have the organic search results. And believe it or not, even though this is further down the page towards the bottom, they still get clicks and calls. Some people do skip the ads and keep scrolling down to these. But the most valuable sections are, of course, right up top on that front page. Okay, so these are organic search results. And so why do Google local service ads matter? 87% of consumers search Google when looking for home service providers. And these ads pop up specifically for excavation and septic service search keywords. So if you're doing strictly commercial excavating and septic, then no, this probably doesn't matter. But for most of you who are watching this, a good sizable portion of your business is coming from direct to consumer residential excavation and septic. Okay, and so that's why this matters. And it is the #1 place for your customers who are actively looking for your services. Now, local service ads come up first, absolute top in the search results, and that is both on mobile devices and desktop. And there is no higher intent prospect than the customer who is proactively looking for your services at the exact moment in time. They type in what you do or they speak it. So if they're on their phone saying, excavation contractor in my city, or, something to that effect, or they're typing it in, that's about the highest intent you can get. You must have a plan to win with Google Local Services, and I'm going to show you how to maximize your results here in just a moment. So where is it active? It is currently active all across the United States right now. And so if you're an excavation or septic contractor and you want to get started with Google Local Services, how do you do it? You must complete the Google Local Services application. Google will then run a background check on you and your employees. And this will include a license check, a background via Pinkerton Consulting or insurance, and plus the business owners and all crew that go on site will need to complete a background check as well. Once you're approved and you're in an active area, you'll be able to work on a pay per lead basis. So they do not charge you based on clicks or views. It's just based on leads. When you get a lead, that's when you pay. And we've seen anywhere from $30 per lead on up to $80 per lead in very competitive markets, to give you an idea. And expect those prices to shift over time as more and more people are jumping on board with this. So price will vary between city, between industry, and categories as well. So here's a brief look at how it works. You can let Google set the right bid for you based on your area. They have some analytics there, or you can set a maximum bid yourself. And in this instance, you can see, you can pick your weekly rate, and they kind of give you a gauge of how many leads to expect. So how are you charged for your local services? Let's talk about it. So you will set a weekly budget that limits the total number of leads you receive in any given week. So for example, if you set your budget at $2,000 per month, that would be $500 per week or $71 a day. And a cost per lead, we'll say, of $35. That would total 57 leads per month, 14 leads per week, and 2 per day. Once the weekly budget is spent, what happens is you just go offline and they will bring you back when your budget resets. So you may get a different number of leads from day to day. One day you may get 1, another day you may get 0, then the next day you may get 4. That's kind of how it works. But you never spend more than your designated weekly budget. And you have the ability to dispute leads if you receive a lead that's not valid. So that's pretty cool. That's a little different. So here's what leads don't count. If it's a solicitation, that doesn't count, and that can immediately be disputed and Google will credit you back. If it was a wrong number, they will credit it back. If the caller, was trying to sell you the product or service, that doesn't count. If the call was from someone seeking employment at your business, that doesn't count. And that's huge. Caller didn't discuss your business. So they call up and they're, talking about the weather or something like that. And there's just really nothing at all about your services, or, that doesn't count either. Spam, if it's a robocall that was pre-recorded, that doesn't count. Any kind of non-human interaction with your business that comes in as a result of the ad does not count. You don't have to pay for it. If the location is not served, so this means the customer communicated their location to you saying, hey, can you come clear some acres for me in this city? And you're like, I don't do land clearing out there. That's way out of our service area. They will not charge you for that. If the area is not listed on your profile and you decline the job, they won't charge you for that either. And also if it's for services not offered. So the customer communicated their service type and that service wasn't listed on your profile and you declined the job, that doesn't count. or if the caller was looking for a physical store or looking to buy something other than your service, that doesn't count. So for instance, in excavating, right, maybe someone is looking to transform their yard, but they're viewing you as more of a landscaper that, hey, would you come out and do some mulching for me kind of a thing. You're not required to pay for that. That's not listed as one of your services. And so no harm done. You wouldn't be charged. Pretty cool. Fair, I should say. It's a fair program. Feedback from active users. So here's what we've been hearing. It's a lower cost per lead than Google's pay-per-click. So that's the text ads, that it is coming in lower and that it's more reliable than text ads as well. Higher quality of leads than Home Advisor or Angie is what is being reported, which makes sense because, as I understand it, their program is shared leads. And so it's not uncommon. I hear people say they call and they can never get a hold of anyone. And that's probably because 5 or 6 other excavation or septic contractors already beat them to it. And the customer is just like, the heck with this. It's too many people. You will still get some price shoppers with this. And you do have to follow up quickly. That is a requirement, which I'll get into in a moment. And most are saying they get a solid ROI from this, a return on investment, who have jumped aboard. So why is this a no-brainer for most excavation and septic contractors? Because for one, you can show up at the very top of the page where clients are looking. Only pay on a per lead basis, and you're able to dispute unquality leads. It's a lower cost per lead than traditional pay-per-click ads on Google. Higher quality leads than Home Advisor or Angie's List. And you have the ability to modify your budget based on your schedule. You can increase it, decrease it as much as you like, whenever you like, it doesn't matter. And if you work with us, let us support you. We can actually help you set this up and manage this. And you can sign up for our local services. You can go through us, or you can go straight here to adwords.google.com/local services /sign up. And that's the exact link to get started. So how does the ranking work? I'm going to share with you guys some secrets to make sure your business is positioned on the top, okay? Your proximity to potential customers' locations. That seems to be the main one. So, for instance, if you're an excavation company in Tampa and you're like, oh, I really want to hit that Orlando market, that's too far, right? The sweet spot seems to be within 15 to 20 miles. You've got a really, really good shot, the best shot. Once you get out from there, you can still get some of those, but that's going to be more of a slow trickle or not at all. But if it's within the 15, 20 mile sweet spot, you should be able to get those. Your review score and the number of reviews you receive matters. Okay, we'll get into that in a moment. But Google loves showing reviews. And so companies that do this, if you've ever looked into this before, you will see they have tons of 5-star reviews. And that just helps accelerate this that much further. Your responsiveness to customer inquiries and requests. I bolded this because this is a big one, that for those using this service, Google doesn't want their users. First off, their number one goal, their number one priorities is to give users what they want. Whatever it is they type in as fast a time as possible. And so when they're Googling for excavation companies near me or any of these types of services, when your ad pops up, there's a message button and a click to call button. And if that just goes to voicemail every single time, or there's a message and it doesn't get answered, they will stop sending leads. Okay, so that is part of the program, is they're looking for people to be responsive. And with that, they continue to send more. Business hours matter. So if you're one of those where you're just gonna, answer the phone from, say, 7 to 2 or 3, that might be a little tough because there's still quite a bit of working hours in there. And so they're looking for people that are available. If you offer emergency service, that would give you a step up because they can show your ad 24 hours a day. There's a hint there for you guys. And whether or not they've received serious or repeated complaints about your business, that matters too. Okay, so it's very important that when people call the business, even if it's some sort of a little job or something you don't want, that you end that conversation on good terms. And then, this way they're not coming back to bite you later, complaining about your business. In addition to these ranking factors, Google will attempt to spread out the leads you receive over time. Now, this is to prevent you from spending your entire budget early in the budget period. If your ad is generating leads more quickly than your budget can accommodate, you may see your ranking affected or your ad paused temporarily in order to more evenly spread out your leads. So I want to give you guys right now 5 steps how to win with local services. First one is dial in your service area, your profile, and your budget. They give you a lot of settings and things to enter in and descriptions and all these things. That needs to be very thorough, very accurate, and to cover all your bases. Next is to mark your jobs as booked. Okay, so if a lead sounds good, mark it as booked. And that kind of tells the algorithm to keep sending you more and more and more. Okay, so there's another hint. Deal with disputes. If you have any disputes, don't just ignore them. You need to deal with those and take care of the customer. Drive verified leads. I'm going to show you how to do that with Google Local Services in just a moment. And target an 85% booking rate in your reporting. Now, it's not that all your leads need to 85% of them book a site visit. Okay, that would be wonderful, right? But what we're talking about here is in your reporting, in your dashboard for them, you need to be marking things as booked to get them to continue to send you leads. So step 1, dial in your profile. You can see here in the little screenshot there, we've got different services. So that's how they do it basically, is they have categories, and their categories and the sub jobs within those categories do not always line up, especially for excavation and septic. We have found that like some of the master categories and then the subcategories are just very different than what you'd expect. So Google is not so familiar with excavation and septic where they're going to have all of your service categories lined up how they really are. So it's important you go through each and every single one of them, because we've had clients come to us and they've been missing about half the opportunities by not going through everything step by step. So by dialing in your profile, what you can do is set your budget, open it up if you have capacity. These are cost-effective leads, guys. Update your ad schedule. Set up your business biography. Select the types of jobs you want. Set up all your service areas in there. And so this takes some time, right? Update your business hours and add photos. We highly recommend you use a personal photo as the primary, not just a picture of your equipment or of some job you did. People do business with people. So a nice, happy profile photo of you smiling. Number 2, mark your jobs as booked. This tells the algorithm that it's working and they're going to continue to send you more. So Google will rate your responsiveness by how well you complete your jobs. Mark them as scheduled or booked. Add the customer details. Include an email address. Archive non-converted opportunities. And that's how you handle that. So let's talk about number 3, dealing with disputes. So you won't be charged for disqualified leads. If they're outside of your area, you're not charged. If it's not a service you provide, again, you're not charged. Number 4, drive verified reviews. This helps out all your marketing, by the way, not just with this program, local services, but in general, as people look for you, this is one of the most valuable assets for your business is your online reputation. It's what's going to sell the next 10, 20, 30, 40 customers and create your legacy. So number of reviews is a major driver of ranking in local services. And that's why you see a lot of these businesses, the trend is they'll have tons and tons of reviews. Not just 1 or 2, but 50, 60, 100, 200 and more. Provide great services always. That goes without saying. And leverage the dashboard to drive verified reviews by entering name, email, and be very quick with the request a review button. Okay, so it's like this. You'll have customers in there, leads, and then customers, and then you just click that ask for a review link right there. And then it pops up this box and you enter in their email, their name. You can put in a job type and their location, and that's it. Click send, and the person will have a direct link to your Google page to leave a review. Target 85% plus booking rate. And so this is just in the reporting dashboard. You know, take the solid leads, mark them as booked. See, this one is showing a little bit low, 56.3%. So that's an optimization tactic. How to increase your lead flow from local services. That's a duplicate. Apologies. So that's pretty much it, guys. Who wants some help? Type "let's talk" in the comments and we can give you more help on this. You got it, Steve? Just go ahead and put your email in there and we'll reach out to you. Sure thing, Cindy. Absolutely. And so part of our online strategy, like the whole gambit, looks like this. We've just covered local services, and that's just one method to bring in high value excavating and septic jobs for your business. But it's not the only way. And so we don't recommend a shiny silver bullet. We recommend a comprehensive approach. And it looks like this: a website that is built to convert, proactive search engine optimization by providing value-added content that answers customers' questions, focus on online reviews and reputation, strategic pay-per-click campaign with remarketing, social presence, so posting regularly, email marketing, and that includes reaching out to previous customers and getting them to raise their hand again. Precision tracking and measurement of your key performance indicators, which is going to be how many leads are you getting per month, what is the cost per lead, knowing what leads are coming from which channel, and what is your cost to acquire a customer. You can get all of that information now. Gain fast traffic and get an SEO boost with YouTube video shorts and TikTok videos. So would you like some help? Go ahead and type in chat. Let's talk. You got it, Eric. Thank you. So for those of you watching this later, you can reach out to us at excavationmarketingpros.com/schedule. And we can set up an accelerator call for your excavation or septic business and help you to go from where you're at now to where you want to go by targeting the ideal excavating or septic jobs you're looking for. All right. And so for those of you who stayed to the end, it's time to claim your reward. The ultimate website conversion machine guide for excavation and septic, and the top searched keywords for excavation, and there's septic keywords in there as well. All right. And so to do that, you're going to go to that website link right there, excavationmarketingpros.com/reward, and claim your reward. All righty. So that is pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Hopefully you found a lot of value out of this, and don't hesitate to reach out to us with any marketing questions or help. Have a great day. Bye.
Hey there, excavation pros. If you enjoyed today's podcast, make sure to like and subscribe to our podcast and channel. Leave us your feedback and let us know how we did. And hey, if you're interested in taking your excavation or septic business to the next level online, make sure you visit excavationmarketingpros.com today and take advantage of our free resources and mastermind group for excavation and septic industry professionals.